the old bottom bracket in the doors was, as we know, toast. Rather than go out and buy a new one, yes, I do have a bit of a stash. Trouble is, nothing was quite the right length, apart from a fancy schmancy Campagnolo. So that gave me an opportunity to convert from cartridge to the old cup and cone. There are advantages to this. It's adjustable and serviceable forever, really. So, when I find my threading tool for the bottom bracket to rethread those rusty cups, I'll be doing that. But first of all, there's a couple of elephants in the room. By way of these bikes, these wheels. They've got Maxxis Rays cyclocross tyres on, 700C 35, very open, wide knobbles, wide spaced between them. You see that? So a cyclocross tyre for muddy conditions, which is what cyclocross generally tends to be. Great fun sport, cyclocross. And of course it predates mountain biking. So we'll whip these off. This to one side. An initial spin. That hub is very nice and smooth. The wheel feels balanced. I can see no wavering, it seems perfectly straight and round. Obviously I'll put it on a gauge to find out. Looks pretty good to me. So I will slacken the cones off and give it a lube. However, of course, this isn't a very serviceable hub, but I'm going to service it anyway. It is, by the way, the Shimano HP obviously for hub, RM40. So it's kind of on a par with the rest of the Altus componentry, and I'll give it a good clean up as well. The spokes unfortunately aren't stainless steel. I would have expected that in this bike. The rear spokes, however, are stainless steel. That makes me think that the wheel's being rebuilt. And sure enough, there are a couple of broken spokes in it anyway. So I'm not expecting great things from this wheel without some serious attention. Yeah, I can hear those spokes and feel a bit of play in the hub as well. And the rim wear's good. It's not significant wear on the rim. However, there is a little ding in the rim just there. I shall get that out, I'm sure. This Maxxis is slightly different in pattern to the front one, indicating that they may be front and rear specific. Residual air in there. Rear wheels on hybrids, you see, they're always the weak spot on a hybrid, the rear wheel. They're never really good enough on mass-produced hybrids, I don't think. They don't leave enough margin for error. A little bit stuck to the rim tape at the bottom of this tube, so I'm just going around pulling it away from the rim tape. There we are. Not sure how that's come off my hand. I was disappointed if I have to use tyre levers to take a tyre off. This one is quite stubborn because it's sticky inside, it's stuck to the rim a lot. So push the valve in, make sure that the beads are getting into the well of the rim all the way round, so that when you come to pull the tyre at one side, the other side can sink into the well and give you as much room as possible. Right, tube is still trying to stay inside, so one more pass around the wheel and off you come. Right, I think we should start with the rear wheel since it's worst. It is a 7-speed cassette. Unusual for a 7-speed to be a cassette wheel. I can't just swap it to an 8 willy-nilly because it's got 7-speed drifters. I get into all kinds of trouble if I go down that route. We'll get mission creep then, the job will expand. I'm going around now feeling for the broken spokes. There's another one. Taking them out so that I can see the gap, obviously. Then, not obviously so I can see the gap, so I can see the gap very obviously. That's a loose one. Right, let's take this rim tape off. Let's see what I'm doing. The end of one of the spokes. Onto the rim tape. Into the spoke hole. There we are. Hang that up there. Now the first thing we need to do is get the cassette off. Nasty wear in there as well. Nasty all round. Yick. Excuse the brake, I'll have to just go and get the set removal tool. That wasn't on very tight either. Spin the ring off, or pulling off the removal tool. And now I can take the chain loop off. Lift the cassette off, that's for the bin. The free hub's nice, no play in there, so the play was just in the cassette splines. The splines look okay on here, so we're ready to go now. Do I leave this on or do I take it off? They have a use, they have a purpose. They can save a frame, especially on a steel bike. If the chain comes off the inside of the cassette through maladjusted limit screws, what can happen is the chain goes into the spokes, jams, that pulls the gear mech around because the wheel is still turning, driving everything forward. The gear mech hits the spokes, pulls everything around, wrecks the back end of the bike. Modern frames and aluminium frames have a frame saver, a breakaway gear hanger, but still you can make a mess of the wheel and tear the gear mech apart. Generally seen as an undesirable thing to happen, all of that. With the solitary wheel nut off, with which the bike came. Now this is an Altus hub. It is the same type of rim as the front, so I think that both wheels are essentially original to the bike, but one of them has been rebuilt with stainless steel spokes, and my guess is the rear, because it's already a mess now, and I think it's been a mess before. They are very brittle, that's for the bin. I think it's become a mess before and been rebuilt. There's a non-stainless steel spoke. It's like that's been replaced at some point. There's another one. So there are two spokes that don't match the rest. That's interesting. Somebody's been battling to keep this bike going and to keep the rear wheel from falling apart. The cones aren't tight either, so I'm able to just slacken the cones off by hand there. Right, the rear wheel needs work, so So let's have at it. One wheel service. Yeah, that's not very straight, is it? Not very straight at all. That's those broken spokes. I think what I'm going to do is slacken off all of the spokes and fit the new ones, and then go around and retension and re-true the wheel. Then I will just give the bearings a quick service and lube the free hub, and it should be fine. And spokes with the spoke ruler, and it came to 291. So I went to my spoke stash and got a couple of 291 nice stainless steel spokes. Perfect. Right, I found an empty hole in the flange where a spoke was. It's in between two spokes that come outwards, so I need this spoke to go inwards. Isn't it always the case, because they're the awkward ones? That spoke now goes in. Grr. I should have just left this on the tripod. See, what I'm trying to do is feed this through so that it's not trapped between any spokes on the other side, which means bending the spoke very slightly as I do so. There we are, so that I can then pull it through and it's free to move around. Now these spokes are all going the other way, so move it the other way through the other spokes. So move it through the other spokes, find the first vacant hole, there we are. Check that we've got one from the left, one from the right, all the way around, so that's correct. Right, and now get a nipple and pop that in. Right, I've tightened the nipple up by hand. Just give a little tweak with the spoke tool, and that's now the same quite slack tension as the others, because as I said, I slackened everything off. Slackening everything off takes the tension off the rim that the other spokes are imposing on it, allowing it to relax and go straight again. And then as you come to tighten, if it has been bent out of shape at all, you can force it back into shape to a certain degree. So I'm doing it on my knee so you can see it better. I found the other vacant hole, pulling the spoke through. So this is an outie, not an innie. In other words, it comes out of the flange, not goes in. So that's opposite to the other one was. Follow the direction of its mates to approximately the right place, and there's a vacant hole in the rim. So in it goes. Nipple on the other end. No idea how awkward this is to do while holding the phone, especially in a box section rim like this. That's in there slackly. Just give it a little tweak to a similar tension to the other spokes. There we are. Right, so this wheel is now fully spoked again and ready to retension and true. 10 minutes later, and there's the rear wheel. I will now, as I say, attend to the hub. It's just a greasing of the bearings. These supposedly sealed hubs are not sealed. Even the ones that seem more sealed than this, you can sometimes get a tiny little electrician's screwdriver, pry up the little rubber edge, the little edge of the little rubber seal, and get the sharp end of one of the small canister grease guns in and just squirt away. On this hub I'm just going to pop this cap off and do the same. Right, that's lubed and cleaned. If you're wondering why I haven't shown you what I do, it's because I'm doing a free hub rebuild, probably by Captain Next in the queue. The free hub is not stuck, it's lost its drive, it just spins, so when you spin the pedals there's no drive. So I'm going to take that free hub apart and show you, but there are plenty of videos on the internet about free hubs, and of course they're not all that velocipedium really, but there we have it, just ready to give a good clean. The hub's cleaned up nicely anyway. So let's say about these Altus components, they're not low end, they're kind of low end of middle, but perfectly good components, nothing wrong with them. Right, wheel you to one side, start on you. Beautiful, lovely hub, very smooth, and as you can see, very little friction. So I'm anticipating at least one comment saying I would have liked more detail on how you did the wheels, the hubs. I am going to be doing that. It's just I'm out here late at night and I am wanting to get through this, and I've spent far too long doing other things in here today, so really I'm charging along now to make some progress on this bike. Now I think it could do with a bit of a clean. Right, all I'm using for this rim is some fine steel wool and giving it a squirt with a WD-40 type of stuff first, and just a wipe over. Another thing that's excellent for these is car and motorcycle brake cleaner. You're getting a lot of reflection off this overhead light, I know you are, and the camera's compensating for the dark background by whiting out the wheel. But you can see there how well it's coming off. So it's a particularly stubborn bit there. A bit more of a squirt. I love my jeans, don't care. That's what they're for. There we are. Repeat both sides of each wheel. So it's late at night. I'm hungry. That's the wheels done, apart from putting a cassette on, and I'll come back afresh tomorrow.